If you've got $10,000 burning a hole in your pocket and need a gaming PC, this is the video for you. So I just want to preface this video by saying this is just for fun. If I actually had $10,000 right now, I definitely wouldn't spend it on a gaming PC, but if I had $10,000 that could only be used to make the ultimate gaming PC, this is probably what I would spend it on. So starting out with the processor, I went with the Intel Core i7-5930K. This is a 6-core unlocked processor on Intel's X99 platform. Now some of you may cry foul and say that an i5 is the most you need for gaming, or even why not go with the 6-core 5820K for a couple $100 less? Well, this is because of the PCIe lanes. The 5930K has 40 PCIe lanes, which we need for all the expansion cards that are going to be used in the system. The 16 from the normal i5s or i7s won't cut it, and even the 20 in the 5820K wouldn't cut it either. Also, I didn't want to move up all the way to the 5960X because you won't see any noticeable improvements in gaming. The CPU comes in at around $550. Now to cool the processor and the rest of the systems, I chose to go with a fully custom water cooling loop, and pricing it out on EK's website, I found that it would cost around $2,000 for all of the water cooling components. This water cooling will allow us to squeeze the absolute most performance out of these components as humanly possible. For the motherboard, I went with the MSI X99A Godlike Gaming Motherboard for around $520. This is basically the best gaming motherboard you can buy, and it doesn't hurt that it's aesthetically pleasing either. So moving on to the RAM, I went with 32GB of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM running at 2400 MHz. Now even though most games can only take advantage of up to 8GB of RAM, this 32GB will help with other gaming related stuff like streaming, running tasks in the background, and video editing gameplay. So for $225, this is definitely overkill, but then again, what isn't in this system? Moving on to storage, I went with what I feel as though is going to give you plenty of space with the absolute max performance. So for the main drive at $1,200, I went with the 1.2TB Intel 750 series PCIe SSD. This is one of the fastest drives on the market and is going to give you insane performance as your boot drive. For secondary storage, I went with 4 1TB Samsung 840 Evo SSDs that will be run in RAID 10, giving you the performance of RAID 0 with the redundancy of RAID 1. This will give you an additional 2TB of super fast storage on top of the 1.2TB Intel drive. These 4 drives come in at $1,600 total. Moving on to the graphics card, or in this case graphics cards, I went with 3 EVGA GTX Titan X's and 3-way SLI. I really didn't feel like moving up to 4-way SLI would be worth the problems 4-way SLI can bring. These 3 cards are going to give you the absolute best gaming experience possible. These cards come in at $1,000 each. Moving on to the case, I went with the Lian Li PC-08, which is a beautiful $400 PC case made of aluminum and tempered glass. Though you could go with any case that supports these components, I think this would be the case I would go with. Finally, moving on to the power supply, I went with the Corsair AX1500i 80 plus titanium PSU that is going to provide more than ample clean power to the system. Altogether, this is giving you a beast of a gaming PC for $10,000. It's not cheap, it's not bang for the buck, but it would be definitely amazing. So yeah guys, this wraps this video up. Go ahead and comment what parts you would choose for an ultimate gaming PC down below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing. And this is Matt from Tech by Matt, signing out.